Hey everyone, today we're learning all about discourse markers, which are also known as fillers.
You know, I was thinking, what if I unpack here?
Then all your stuff would be here.
Well, what if all my stuff was here?
Then you'd be going back and forth all the time. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
What if we live together and you understand what I'm saying?
Discourse markers certainly are one of the most important aspects of fluent speech. Sure, they might just look like space fillers, but we actually use them to connect, manage, and organize what we say. They can convey subtle details and show the listener how to interpret what the speaker is saying.
Guess what? Ben is going to be in a TV commercial.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's not for sure, but we met this guy in the park who thought Ben was really cute. You know, which he is. Anyway, he gave us his card and told us to bring him down for this commercial he's auditioning.
Whoa. This guy's like the biggest commercial casting director in town. Ben takes one lousy walk in the park and gets an audition? I mean, way to go, Ben!
They come in many shapes and forms. They can be words that you say when you need time to think of what to say, like or
Hey,
Man, what's up?
Not much. You guys want to see a movie tonight?
Sure. What do you want to say?
I don't know.
Well, I know how we can decide. Phoebe, show him your game.
No thank you.
isn't part of the grammar of a sentence, but it's definitely part of what you say, so that's a discourse marker. There are a lot of discourse markers, and some of them aren't always explained in an explicit way. Some of the most advanced English speakers that I know have told me that this is something they've acquired or absorbed from being exposed to the language, not something they've, at least in most cases, consciously paid attention to. In this lesson, our main goal is to help you to understand the importance of discourse markers, and we'll look at different types. Whilst we will give you some definitions, what's more important is that you read and try to interpret what you'll see. By the way, in case you're new here, we help you to learn fast English without getting lost, without missing the jokes, and without subtitles. Just like Murad, who says that he watches our lessons repeatedly because not only do they help his progress, but they are also extremely entertaining. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell down below so that you don't miss a single one of our new lessons. So first, let's see some examples of the most common discourse markers. Well, so, look, kind of, like, all right, you know, anyway, actually, now, I mean. It's hard to think of a fluent speaker that doesn't use I mean or well. Let's see some examples.
I mean, we are way past the fling thing. I mean, I am feeling things that I've only read about in Daniel Steele books, you know? I mean, when I'm with him, I'm just totally
Nauseous. I'm physically nauseous.
You know what now means. As a discourse marker, it doesn't have a meaning of present time. Rather, it's used to direct a conversation, signaling a new topic.
Make sure you guys get to the restaurant by 8. Bernadette's meeting me there at 8:30, and I don't want to blow the surprise.
We'll be there.
Got it. Now, I have a question about the song. I was thinking at some point I could bust out a little rap.
No.
We'll watch two clips from Friends. In one of them, now means at this moment, and in another one it's used as a discourse marker. In which clip is it a discourse marker?
Okay, just promise me that you won't do anything stupid.
Look, we're just friends now, okay? Why would I do anything stupid?
Okay, everybody, it's trifle time. So now, Rach, this is a traditional English trifle, isn't it?
If you chose this one, you got it. Of all discourse markers, like is probably the most controversial one as it tends to be overused.
I almost lost a job. I did just lose a gig because when you Google me, it's like sexual misconduct stuff. And like, that's really scary. And again, I don't want to be like, you know who the real victim of Harvey Weinstein is? Jamie Kilstein.
Right.
But like...
let me just stop you right here. If you say like one more time, my fucking head's going to explode.
Oh, dude, I get comments like that.
It's brutal.
Is it brutal? Is it as bad as... All right, I'm going to...
I just want you to slow it down.
I'm going to...
Use it every now and then.
Slip this coffee?
One that learners in particular overuse is you know. If this is something you do, look at it as a habit you need to break. The first thing you need in order to stop using it is realizing that you say it too much.
I just figured, after living with you, it'd be an interesting change of pace to have a female roommate, Someone I could learn from, someone who's different than me.
Also, there's the thinking sound. Check out this example.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing. Well, I got this blinding pain in my stomach when I was lifting weights before, and then I passed out, and haven't been able to stand up since. But I don't think it's anything serious.
I've noticed that some of my students keep the thinking sound that they make in their native language. If you want to sound closer to a native English speaker, then this simple modification using is going to make a big difference. Do you find it difficult to understand fast-speaking natives? Then I highly recommend our Fluent with Friends course. In this 48-week course, you will learn with the first 2 seasons of Friends. You'll receive PDF power lessons every week, vocabulary memorization software, access to our Fluency Circle global community, and so much more. And the best part is you can try it right now for free with our 3-part masterclass. All you have to do is click up here or down in the description box below to learn more and sign up now. We look forward to seeing you there. Now that we've gone over the most basic and common discourse markers, let's see a few more. We've categorized them into 2 broad categories: connectors and adverbs and adverbial expressions. Connectors are words or phrases that help us to connect 2 ideas. Within this category, we have discourse markers of result, reason, purpose, and contrast. We'll see a few examples of each and we'll also include some example clips. Discourse markers that help us connect an idea as being a result of another one are so, as a result, therefore, consequently. So is the most common one, while the other 3 are more formal and more common in writing.
Peralta's busy, so let's just get started.
To explain the reason for an idea or action, these are some of the discourse markers that we use.
I enjoy having breakfast in bed. I like waking up to the smell of bacon, sue me. And since I don't have a butler, I have to do it myself.
Due to budget cuts, my position as middle school music teacher has been eliminated, so I've been working as a high school sub.
To explain the purpose of an idea or action, these are some of the discourse markers that we use. To is the most common one. You use it in a sentence like, they left early to catch the 7:30 train. In order to or so as to are more formal. We've already talked about so as a discourse marker of result, but it's also used for purpose. You can say it as so that or simply as so in informal speech or writing. They travelled to Miami so that they could see their grandchildren. We also commonly say in case to express purpose.
Here you go, pad thai no peanuts.
Does it have peanut oil?
I'm not sure. Everyone keep an eye on Howard in case he starts to swell up.
Since it's not bee season, you can have my epinephrine.
We use many discourse markers for contrast. Let's see some examples.
So your siblings, they don't experience the same pressures you do?
Oh, God, no. They don't care about school.
Why do you think that is? I mean, you all grew up in the same house with the same parents, yet you're the only one who feels this enormous pressure to achieve at such a high level.
I should probably give you a heads up about a couple things. Even though he's retired from the police force, he still carries his gun. But don't worry, he won't shoot it. It's more of a fashion statement.
We also say in spite of or despite.
It's just, I have like no family left, you know? I mean, except for my grandmother.
you know, but let's face it, she's not going to be around forever, despite what she says.
If you aspire to speak English more fluently and understand fast-speaking natives, then I highly recommend you check out this lesson that we made over on our Real Life English channel. You can click up here or down in the description box below to watch that lesson next. The next category of discourse markers that we'll see are adverbs and adverbial expressions. These are the ones that we'll see. Speaking of is used to change the direction of a conversation, but making a link to what has just been said.
Oh, this is great. I could do this for the rest of my life. Hey, speaking of things you do for the rest of your life, did I read that you're on that tenure committee?
Yep. I gotta get a home gym.
To introduce additional surprising or unexpected information, we say actually or in fact.
How did you get a girl like that?
Yeah, so what is she, like a spokesmodel or aerobics instructor? What?
Actually, she's a paleontology doctoral candidate specializing in the Cenozoic era.
Okay, but that's like the easiest era.
When you want to return to a previous subject, use as I was saying.
Can I have everyone's attention, please? I'm Ross Geller.
Dr. Ross Geller.
Dad, please. As I was saying, I'm Dr. Ross Geller.
All in all is used to say that you're taking everything into consideration.
Okay, so we went out, saw a movie, met some nice people, said horrible things about each other in public. All in all, a pretty magical night.
After all introduces a strong argument that other people might not have taken into consideration.
And from now on, I want you to do whatever he asks you to do, okay? After all, he is your uncle, and I think we ought to just embrace that.
In this clip, see how besides is used to add additional information.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's really sweet and he's really funny and he's just got a good heart. And besides, I think he really likes you.
Really?
Basically is a very common one which we use to introduce the most important or fundamental point.
Basically, you want to use one machine for all your whites. Okay? A whole nother machine for your colors.
We use the expression as far as something is concerned to talk about a new topic. As far as the weather is concerned, we've been having nothing but rain for the past week. You can also say as for.
I can get you a job right here as an entry-level processor.
But don't you need experience for a job like that?
It's not that hard to learn. And as for people realizing that you have no idea what you're doing, hey, you're an actor. Act like a processor. People will think you're a processor.
Other common ways to say this are as regards and regarding.
Randy, hey, have you seen
Before you get to that, regarding the earlier project I was working on, voila!
All right, so to start out, we'll have you take a quick diagnostic test just to see if this is a problem that you might suffer from. So we'll watch a funny clip from Friends, and what I want you to do is think about what should come after interested. Is it in, on, or about?